Check the part we're on. I think it's 11. Welcome to episode 11 of this series of me documenting my journey and my business journey. So, as again, I feel like I say it's week in and week out, is that there's not loads to report this week. I mean, we've got some good things coming up for Flowgate, about to create the launch video, about to launch it on my personal Instagram this week. So, that's exciting, and really we're just officially launching stuff. So my college exams are all over now, so I can fully dedicate time to this, and a lot more time than I'd wanted to. So we've got a call booked in on Friday with Dwayne, which is the business we're working with. He's one of the CEO of the business that we're working with, to help us get to a position where we can offer it to the wider market. But he's realistically bringing us our first 5 clients. So it's exciting to then go forward with him. You know, we've been speaking to him and how the idea's getting along. We've got a few questions to ask, so there'll be a few things that we need to change and adapt, and, you know, depending on his opinion. And then from there, from that meeting forward, we'll hopefully get another meeting booked in with him and maybe one of his clients who we can then start and onboarding in this process. So I'm excited to actually start working with clients and getting things moving, because there's been a lot of development recently. And yeah, so also on part of that, second part is that obviously everything's been in line to get started, like, you know, from the launch. So, you know, pushing out more on social medias, and posting more on Instagram. And I think in my head, I've got to just, I do have a TikTok account as well, but I'm just going to be posting on Instagram, because that's where I need my clients to come in from. I need to be clear. I need to I have repositioned my Instagram. Need to finish everything off like that to then make the transition over to, you know, you click on my Instagram profile, you see exactly what I do and who I help and who this software's for. Because as much as, like, you know, I want clients and I want people to come on, I don't want to take anyone on that's actually not going to benefit from this software. So I think that's like the biggest thing for me, is helping the right people. And if I don't think I can help them and I get on a sales call with them, take them through our processes, then I'm not going to sign them on, because I don't want them wasting their money. And also it looks bad on our results. You know, if we've implemented this bot into their business and their Instagram and it doesn't actually help them, then they've wasted, you know, X amount of money. And also it doesn't look good on our numbers, because it'll bring our, you know, percentages down on average of clients. So, you know, in my head, I just want all of our clients to succeed, and if this bot doesn't help them, then I don't want to implement it to them into their Instagram. So that's my biggest thing, is going forward. And as I'm doing this now, more recently, I've been working on systems and flows and how, you know, to increase chances, you know, increase turn up rates for sales calls. Creating systems and flows in place using Claude, to basically help myself and help my clients understand what we do, and to basically have it all in one hub. So, you know, so then I can get on a sales call and say, this is what happens. These are sort of what the emails get sent out. These are what videos get sent to my clients, for them to watch, so they know what they're doing before they get on the sales call. Then in that sales call, we'll get them set up, and if they're ready to move forward with that call, we will then help them get set up. It's not one of those softwares which are going to be sold to 10,000 people that I don't know. I will know every single one of my clients, and we're basically onboarding for them, so it's very hands off for them. That's the idea, is that we work closely with clients and we get them results, and, you know, anything that doesn't work for them, I want to hear their feedback, and I want to hear, you know, them say, like, Finn, this isn't working, but, you know, how can we get around this? And then for me to find a solution, or for us to come up together with a solution for it, because at the end of the day, I just want to help as many businesses out there as possible. So that's sort of where we're at with Flowgate AI, and it is looking good, going forwards, and I'm excited. And to be honest, I'm not going to make this a long one today, because I just want to get cracking on with working, because there's just so much work to do, and no one understands how much work there is to do, in any business, I don't think, until you start doing it. And as well, you know, people say, like, what do you actually do? But it's hard to explain what I actually do, because I do everything outside the production of the actual software. So, you know, that ranges that, you know, there's loads of things, like, you know, one being working with clients, but that's, you know, what, 10% of it, if that, 5% of it. Everything else outside of it, about how you optimize as business, how we systemize things, how we outreach, you know, all of our processes, marketing, everything like that, is what I do. So if I did the product, like if I was, coding it whilst also trying to market it and all the business side, it is a lot, it is too much. And especially when he is massive on like the security of the software, because it is a massive thing. We don't want to be launching, getting on a couple clients and then their Instagram account being action blocked and banned, especially when they're going to have like a few thousand followers, and quite a big audience. So that's the last thing we want. And I know there are going to be issues along the way that we're going to have to fix, and we can't predict, but we have to learn by that. And that's what's important, to have an asset in that position where he can just go and do the code and do the back end side to make sure it's as secure as possible, so we have little risk as possible. But yes, except from that, I'm going to keep it brief today, and I just want to get back to working. So I'll see you in the next one.